Welcome to the Atomart RC channel. So the build is going to start very soon for the Poorboys RC TT02 challenge, where we're going to try and go as fast as we can in a straight line. So this is a kit I've had for some time now, since February. I haven't got around to building it yet, but we'll try and build it as quickly as we can and get out and do this challenge. I won't be using this body shell because I don't want to smash it up. What I'll probably be using is a Ford GT, one that I already had painted and used for the Iconic Cup in previous rounds. But just to let you know what we're going to be using, or trying anyway. So we're going to be getting the Zombie 17.5 turn brushless motor installed. It's been run before. It wasn't working particularly well, but I've had it apart to see if I could mend it, put it back together. All was okay. It ran okay on the bench, but we'll see what it's like in a car. I'm going to be using the eTronics 2070 servo. It's not very quick, but in a straight line you don't need a quick servo, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to be adding a FlySky transmitter and receiver, mainly because my Absema transmitter has a few range issues. Mainly want to use that indoors, and we'll see how that goes on this particular car. And then to power the whole thing, quick run 10BL 120 censored brushless ESC. I've used these no end of times before, never had any trouble with them at all, so touch wood, we'll all be okay with that one as well. So that horrible sounding noise was my 17.5 Zombie motor just letting go completely. So here we are, about to make a start on this build. Let's get on with the unboxing. So here we are, ready for the unboxing. Please excuse the mess on the bench. I'm not the most tidiest of workers. I'm always getting complained at for not working in a tidy fashion and losing things, dropping things on the floor, etc, etc. But here we go with the unboxing. You're welcome. Most importantly, before we make a start, what we must do is thoroughly read the instructions and do everything as per the instructions, nuts, bolts, washers, etc, etc. So let's get on with that. Okay, so as far as general purpose grease and oil goes, I'll be using these. This is a general purpose grease. I'll be putting that on all the shafts and couplings, etc. And I'll be putting this thin oil on all my bearings so to help them run more freely. Not really, guys. Obviously I'm a bit of a joker and a bit of a silly man. So generally the general grease I'll use is this white lithium grease. I've had this for a long time, used it on a lot of my TT01s and other cars as well. General purpose, just the light 3-in-1 oil on the bearings, just to give them a bit of lubrication. So the battery that I'll be using, we can use a 3S I believe with the brushless, so we'll be going for that one. This is a Z powered Amazon special. I have a lot of these maker batteries. I think they're really good. They're reasonable price. This is a 5200 milliamp hour 80C, so it's got a little bit more punch than the standard ones. But what I also might try and do is, I've got some race packs which are 2S, but they're 120C. So what I'll try and do is just plug them in and see what the difference is, and see if that actually makes a difference between 2S and 3S. Shock absorbers, I'll be changing to either the express ones that I have off of a MTC, where I put some shorter ones on, either be using those, or I've got a new set of the Air Racing 50mm, I think these ones are, so I'll either be putting those on or these express ones. So a little bit more organised now. Just spread all the packs around. So this is the ESC that comes with the pack, pretty similar to a 1060, I believe, Hobby Wing. We won't be using that on this build. Wheels, tyres, although they're very nice, and they will obviously look very, very good with the proper shell when it's painted up. Again, we're not going to be using those. Probably going to be using a set of Rush 36 race wheels, which I have in stock anyway. My theory is, whether it's right or wrong, but please let me know in the comments, that if the tyre is harder, there's less chance that it will expand when it gets to about 300 miles an hour anyway. So I think that's where we'll go. A few hop-ups that we have with this kit, which, as I understand from people that have built these and run these before, are pretty much essential. Number one, bearings. I don't know why Tamiya don't put these in their kits. It's obviously a cost thing with the amount that they do, but it does make the kit run a lot better. So that's essential, number one. Number two, aluminium steering assembly. This is a Air Racing one. I don't know if you can see the code on there if you want to have a look. Again, I think it's okay. I'm not sure whether it's the best or whether it's going to make much difference, but well, at least it's going to look nice anyway. The other thing that we've got here is aluminium motor mount, Fast Tracks one, and something else for going fast is the high-speed gear option, and I've also bought myself a 64 tooth spur. What I might have a look at is the whole pattern that this is around, whether it will go on a 48 DP spur, because I have more options and variations with that, where I can probably gear it so that the car will actually go faster. But again, let's start off at point number one and then wind ourselves up to this 300 miles an hour. Well, I'm joking really, it's not going to be 300 miles an hour, it'll be more like 30 miles an hour probably. But let's see how we go. Also, main drive shaft and the drive shaft ends. Again, I think if we're going to go fast, we're going to need a aluminium drive shaft to stop the vibration, and also it's going to look nicer. I don't know whether it's wholly visible, the same as the TT01, but again, we'll have a look. Never built one of these before, so we'll see. Something else that I think is essential, listening to other guys as well, these TT02s have they do throw out a lot of the dog bones, so I think a one-piece shafts is essential, universal shafts. So we'll put those in and again see how it goes. So just to make sure that the GPS reader isn't damaged or anything like that, and also to keep the weight as low as possible, what I've done is I've cut an aperture in the front bumper, and then I'm going to just screw the cover on the top, and it should hold it in there nicely. So for this run, the 17.5 motor is replaced with a 8.5 turn motor from Sky RC.